Hey guys, Reversal here, welcome back to another episode of Pokémon GO. This video is a video by Rob, in which he uses 5.1 million Stardust on Pokemon. So I'll link it in the description down below. It's quite epic. So give that a little bit of a look here. So this video is going to be my thoughts, opinions, and everything about the new raid bosses being introduced in Pokemon GO. I mean, I did a stream already. Let me bring up the picture here. I did a stream yesterday in which we discussed these brand new raid bosses, but I kind of want to take some time here to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on these raid bosses individually, whether or not you can like solo them or what you need in order to take them down, whether or not they are interesting. You can probably make up your opinion by yourself, but I figured, you know, my thoughts and opinions might be of, you know, value to some people. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump straight in. First and foremost, a shout out to Ninetails for making this infograph, really cool looking, displaying the maximum CP and the minimum CP of the Pokemon you can catch down here. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. So some of the raid bosses have been disappearing. All of the level 1s and 2s that you guys know of, like Weezing, Muk, all of the Gen 2 starters, Magikarp, they're all gone. But some of the level 3 ones have stayed. So Machamp is still there, you can still see Alakazam, you can still see Gengar. Then Lapras, Tyranitar, and Snorlax are also still there. So that is a good thing, because those are the more popular ones. But kind of want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions as to why you should care for these raid bosses or not at all. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I know that some of you are not going to be interested or impressed with any of these raid bosses, but that is completely fine. I will respect your opinion, but I'm just here, you know, giving some insight, I guess, from the community's perspective, because there's more than just one person playing Pokemon GO, and I know for a fact that some of you guys are still maybe level 15. So if you're level 15, let us know in the comments below, so maybe this will help you out. So okay, without any further ado, Ivysaur. I think Ivysaur is a great one. And the reason for that is simply because Venusaur is the best, you know, grass poison type in the game right now. I personally feel that it's the best grass attacker in the game, alongside with Executor. Executor and Venusaur are the two grass types that I'll personally be going for. Venusaur is very beefy, so it's a great Pokemon overall. Charmeleon is not that great for me. Charizard is not like a great Pokemon or anything like that, but Charmeleon is considered to be a rare type, a rare Pokemon. There's not a whole lot of Charmanders spawning all around, unless you are lucky with a nest. A lot of people find themselves still needing Charizard for the Pokédex, so there you go, you got Charmeleon now. And then Wartortle is underwhelming, it's very underwhelming. I got the Blastoise, I maxed it out, 2200 CP. And it even got nerfed, so I never even use it. So, you know, Wartortle is Wartortle, I don't got much to say about it. And then Metapod is it's a little bit of a joke. I mean, if you do raid bosses a lot and you got too many raid passes, then, you know, Metapod is gonna be cool because, well, it's an easy catch and it will give you 20 candy, which is great if you find a lot of Caterpies. But for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, Caterpie is insanely rare. So despite the fact it's a 12 candy evolve, it's super rare, but it's kind of nice that you're able to get yourself that candy relatively easily with Metapod. Moving on to tier number 2. Magneton is cool for people who still need their steel badge. It is also nice to prepare for generation 4, because Magneton will be evolving into Magnezone, and that's going to be quite a respectable Pokemon. It's going to be a nice type, so you might want to be saving up candy for that one. Then over here at oh, by the way, the big numbers are the maximum CP and the small numbers are the minimum CP. So you can take that into consideration. I'll have them all listed in the video description in case you guys are curious about that. Sandslash, I honestly don't got much to say. It's kind of underwhelming. Same thing with Tentacruel. I mean, Tentacruel, you can like use it in raid bosses, but let's be honest. You got Vaporeon, you got like Gyarados, you got like Suicune even. I mean, Suicune is already underwhelming, but Tentacruel is less than that. And then Marowak, I mean, we just had the Halloween event. There's a chance you might have a bunch of Marowak already, so Marowak as a raid boss is not exciting at all. Cloyster is interesting because it tears Dragonite apart, but also because it's incredibly hard to solo. I don't even know if it's possible to solo. I mean, Prodigy's Nations tried and he failed. That might have been despite the lag. So it might be a nice little challenge to solo a Cloyster. Let me know in the comments below if you've been successful at it. I'm gonna give it a try myself. I have no idea if I'm gonna be successful or not, but it's gonna be pretty interesting. And then Sableye is arguably one of the most interesting ones out here. Definitely the most interesting ones out of the tier 2 because you have the opportunity to get yourself a shiny. So the ghost Pokemon are gone. Sableye is a great addition. I'm definitely going to be trying to do every single Sableye until I found myself a shiny. And then I'll probably don't really care for it anymore because, well, Sableye is, you know, Sableye. So yeah. Moving on to tier number 3, level number 3. Here's where things get a little bit more interesting, right? Ninetales is kind of hard to solo. It does quite a bit of damage, this is Pokemon, believe it or not. It does quite a bit of damage, so you might find yourself some trouble soloing it. It is definitely possible, but it's kind of on the harder end. It's not really that great of a Pokemon to use, but it's a beautiful Pokemon, so it definitely gets some style points. But you know, nobody's really going to use Ninetales if you got yourself Entei or Moltres. I mean, let's be honest here. Then Scyther. I personally like Scyther. The response on Scyther is a little bit mixed, but Scizor is amazing. I love Scizor because it's a cool looking Pokemon, but it's also very usable. Scizor is definitely great against Mewtwo. It's probably the go-to attacker for Mewtwo because it just tears apart any psychic type. So Scizor can be great against Mewtwo, against Alakazam, which is also another good raid boss. So, you know, it definitely has its uses, and you can finally use your metal codes on this particular Pokemon, right? It kind of is a shame that Onix isn't the raid boss either, because that would be kind of cool as well. But yeah, definitely look out for Scyther. It's a great Pokemon. Omastar is also usable. It's arguably one of the better water attacks as well. I believe it's on par with Vaporeon, but it's kind of like the typing is interesting on this one. It's a rock type, water type, so it's double weak against the grass, but it's like kind of resistant against electric as a result. So Omastar can definitely be used as well. I also see Porygon here. A lot of people are going to be happy with Porygon, but if you already got a couple of Porygon, this is most likely not going to be interesting. But this Pokemon is incredibly rare in some cases, so a lot of people were happy about Porygon. And Porygon Z will also be part in the future as well, so you might want to be saving up candy for this one as well. So Porygon added to the list. Definitely go for that one if you still need to get yourself Porygon too, because people do. Moving on to level 4. So, Poliwrath. Poliwrath is harder than it should be. As in, it's kind of like one of these Pokemon. It's like, why has this been put into raid battles? I don't see anyone remotely excited for this one. I mean, let's be fair here. Lapras. I think Lapras is a great Pokemon out here. I still would go for Lapras, but a lot of people that I know just don't care for Lapras, and I know for a fact it's gonna be the exact same thing with Poliwrath. Now, there was a hoax image that got released of shiny Poliwrath, and that would, you know, strike some interest for people in Poliwrath, but other than that, Poliwrath used to be so good of a Pokemon, but now it's kind of underwhelming. So yeah, it has a nice defense, but other than that, I don't see a lot of people being interested in that. Then Victrebell is a little bit more interesting because you can get some good fire types to counter Victrebell, so it's definitely going to be easier to take down Victrebell as a result. You can even 2-man it, so definitely go for that if you want to. Victrebell is a little bit more rare than the Poliwrath, of course, so you know, people that are still looking for Bellsprout candy, you know, they're gonna find a good opportunity here to accumulate these through Victrebell. Then the most interesting raid boss by far is the legendary Slayer, also known as Golem. An absolute beast. I have nothing but good things to say about this Pokemon, and that's part of the reason why I got 4 Golems, of which 3 of them are maxed out completely to the maximum CP that they can be for the IV. So this is, I cannot say much more than this, but this is a great Pokemon, and you definitely need 1 Golem in your arsenal. So this is a must go for, and I'm pretty sure that alongside with Tyranitar, Golem is gonna be the most exciting raid boss out there. And it's also a cool looking Pokemon. Look at him, it's such a cool one. And then we got Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Yeah, not interesting. Sorry, Niantic. You could have done a little bit better with these raid bosses, let's be honest here. You know, it's cool that raid bosses are a thing, and it will definitely make it, these new raid bosses will make it that Pokemon like Golem, Tyranitar, Snorlax, later down the road, I'm saying, well, Golem will be appreciated more, but later down the road, Tyranitar raids, maybe Lapras, Snorlax will be Pokemon where you're gonna be like, oh, hey, you know, there's a raid boss of that, let's go ahead and attempt it. Where, in my area, what I noticed is whenever legendaries were released, pretty much nobody was interested in level 4 raids anymore, with the exception of Tyranitar. So, you know, maybe that will change later down the road. I don't know how this is gonna be later in Pokemon GO, but there's a couple of choices that I would have changed. For instance, why put Metapod in there? Place a Pidgeot in there. You're gonna make a lot of the high level players happy for Pokemon GO. I understand the Gen 1 starters, I definitely understand that. Magneton, interesting choice for sure. Sandslash, I mean, Sandslash is a little bit more rare, but Tentacruel, I don't really understand. Marowak is kind of questionable to me as well. Cloyster, I can come to terms with, that is okay. It's kind of a challenging little raid boss. For level 2, it's the most challenging raid boss ever. And Sableye, I do understand as well. I'm happy they kept the old raid bosses, so that's pretty cool. Porygon is cool, Omastar is cool, Scyther is cool, Ninetails, I don't really care too much for it myself. Poliwrath is one of those, I don't really get it. I would have preferred to see something like Ursaring, that'd be really cool. Or an Eevee raid boss, come on, Eevee, that'd be such... Man, Niantic, if you're watching this video, please make an Eevee raid boss a reality, because that'd be super cool. Or a Ditto raid boss would be interesting for that matter. Like, how are you gonna be doing Ditto, right? You need something like Starmie to give it thunder and then attack it that way. I'm just kind of like rambling around here. Victrebell, I guess I can kind of understand. I can understand any of these level 4 raid bosses, but a lot of these Pokemon is like, it's not really that interesting to me. Might be more interesting to other people. So these are basically my thoughts and opinions. If you guys want this infograph, I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Over here, there's also a nice little list of all of these raid bosses with all of the information that you need to know. Like, let's say if you need information about Scyther, how to take it down, there's a list by gamepress.gg in which they got everything from the best moveset to the weakness and all of that good stuff. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. If you guys like videos like these, make sure you give it a like, so that way I know you guys want more of this. If you like, hey, Reversal, make more vlogs, then I will in the nearby future. But until then, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon GO news. Make sure to tune in a little bit later tonight, as I'm going to be going through more Pokemon GO channels to review. And yeah, hopefully we'll find some hidden gems, just like Scott Wu. So that being said, this has been Reverse for Pokemon GO. I'm going to be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.